Hi, it's Jess at Medusa Tarot. Hope you're doing well. Today we're doing a planetary reading. Let's see which planet would like to send us a message today. Ooh, and we have the North Node. Okay, so North Node, working towards, it's not a planet, first of all, it's a point in the sky, or not in the sky, but has to do with the moon and the axes of the moon. It's our purpose. Okay. It's the direction we are supposed to be heading in this lifetime as we evolve. Okay. So, for instance, my North Node is in Sagittarius. So, if I am evolving properly, I will evolve towards the concepts of Sagittarius, the ideas of Sagittarius. Okay. There are North Node calculators all over the internet. If you do not know what your North Node is, you would just want to know your birth time, birthplace, and your birth date. Okay. But this is, at us moving into our destiny. Okay. Finding your life purpose. All right, let me grab 2 zodiac cards if you're new here. We don't use these as necessarily your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury. These are energies we want to focus on during the reading. They're either energies we want to work with more or move away from. You have every zodiac in your chart. Every single one of them has importance to you. Okay, so I don't want to focus on just sun, moon, and rising because we're so much more than just our sun, moon, and rising. You can look and see if your North Node is in one of these zodiacs. That might be a sign that this is a message for you, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, Spirit, 2 zodiac cards. Who's speaking to us today? Taurus. Okay, Taurus is the second house. Taurus is the Hierophant and also connected to the Empress. Taurus is how we connect to the material world, okay? And it also has a lot to do at the pace in which we work, okay? How we move forward. Is it slow and steady? Okay, because Taurus likes that energy, taking your time, paying attention to the details as you move forward, okay? Do you have a healthy relationship with the material world, okay? Are you depending on, you know, having things that are all name brand or Taurus energy, second house energy can have a lot to do with our relationship with food too. Okay. Maybe, using food as a comfort, or you using, a designer handbag as a comfort. All right. These are things we want to pay attention to with Taurus energy. There's more, but those are just a few. Okay. One more zodiac, please, Spirit. What other zodiac sign will be influencing us today? And Libra has just been coming out nonstop. So I don't know what's going on with Libra right now. First of all, this is Empress energy, okay? Both ruled by Venus. All right, so we'll point that out immediately. Libra, 7th house, Justice card, okay? Has to do with our relationships. Are they fair? Are they balanced? Are we speaking up when we need to? Are we taking control of the imbalance in our relationships or not? Okay. And then it can also have to do with legal situations. It doesn't have to. I'm thinking with the Taurus Libra energy here and our North Node. This might be kind of more of an Empress energy and stepping up into that role in your life, but we'll see what comes out. Okay. Let's see. Spirit. What is the main focus of this reading? What is our healing? What healing do we want to focus on? 3 cards, please. Okay. Let me put this here and this here. Okay, we're going to start here. This Ace of Swords. It looks like we need to get real clear. Okay. Air sign. Libra is an air sign as well. Air energy, rather. So there's an opportunity. There's a gift being given to us for clarity, for bringing integrity to our relationships or to ourselves, okay? Being victorious at it, okay? Because this can be a card of victory. Are you in a receptive state? Do you want the clarity? Do you want the information that you need for that clarity? Because sometimes we don't want it. Sometimes we like to be in denial, even if it's not helping us, even if it's keeping us stuck in something we shouldn't be in, or in a belief that we shouldn't have, okay? The change can be difficult, but we're being given the opportunity here to have that clarity in our lives, to have that information in our lives. Do you want to accept it? I don't know. It will be different for everyone. This is a collective reading, okay? The Wheel of Fortune's here, okay? Jupiter. Maybe this is something that's really going to help you and bring you a lot of luck. Not being in denial, okay? Not wanting to see things with clarity. Maybe that's a gift that you should take, because it looks like here Jupiter wants to work with you if you're willing to be open and accountable for the things in your life you need to get very intelligent and logical about, okay? So do you take that step or not? It doesn't seem to me with this Ace of Swords here and Jupiter here that if you stay in denial, things are going to go very smoothly for you. It looks like when you take that sword of truth, that things start moving into more optimism for you. Things start expanding for you. Opportunities, okay, start coming your way. All right. So maybe we want to think about that. And also that growth is probably very connected to your North Node. All right. You can stop that cycle. And then the World card can come out, hopefully, and end that cycle for you, and you can move on into your destiny, what's meant for you. All right. But Jupiter can't work with us if we don't step into the energy that we want in our lives. Because if you want to stay in denial and you don't want to have clarity, Jupiter is going to bring more of that energy to you. Okay. If you want expansion, if you want luck, if you want fortune and things of that nature in your life, you have to be open to it. You have to be in the energy of it. Okay. Jupiter can only work with the energy that you give it. All right. So you're part of the work that has to be done here. All right. And here we have the Eight of Swords. And oddly, this card is Jupiter in Gemini, air sign. Okay, so it's just confirming exactly what's going on here. All right, we need to get out of that head. We need to let it go, because Jupiter is clearly trying to work with you and you are stuck in your head about something. Have yourself blindfolded to it. Okay, in the traditional Rider-Waite card, this person standing in a puddle of water, the emotions. Okay, letting yourself stay stagnant there when you have every ability to step out of it. What are you keeping yourself stuck in? Because whatever it is not moving you through your true path, your true purpose, your true self. All right. So we need to get very clear here and take this blindfold off and realize the only person keeping us stuck and imprisoned is ourselves. Okay. The truth is here. The expansion is here. The help and good luck is here, but we're not accepting it. Why? Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. Let's keep going. All right. Spirit, other than this Eight of Swords, what are the challenges? Because these two cards without the Eight of Swords here, those are not challenging cards. Those are very helpful cards, but our head is keeping us stuck. Our thoughts, that inner dialogue, programming, beliefs. Two more cards. One more card, please. Oh, this happened in the last reading. We got two, and we're going to keep them. Okay. Here's our challenges, starting with the Five of Swords. Venus in Aquarius. And this is makes so much sense with what I see here. Okay, so 5 of Swords, conflict. Okay, somebody wanting to win at all costs. When you look at this card in the traditional Rider-Waite, there's the person in the front is holding 2 swords, and then there's 3 swords on the ground. Okay, that is the 2 of Swords is the moon in Libra, and the 3 of Swords is Saturn in Libra. So we're not looking to see something with clarity, okay? And we're leaving our ability to make decisions in somebody else's hands, okay? And then we have this 3 of Swords, this relationship with no boundaries and structures, creating tons of conflict in our life when Venus should be creating beauty in our relationships, okay? You've got to get out of the delusion. You got to get out of the denial, and you have to start setting boundaries and clearly saying no, not letting people gaslight you, not gaslighting yourself, no limerence. We've got to get very clear here. Okay. You've imprisoned yourself in your mind, and now the conflict is here. Okay. The challenge is going to be correcting that so Venus can come in and start creating beauty around your relationships. And even though this is a card of Aquarius, the other 2 energies in it, the 2 of Swords and the 3 of Swords, are both Libra energies. Okay. The moon and Saturn, when we're not seeing things clearly and we're not stepping up and taking accountability, our relationships lose all of their structure and they fall apart, and all of this conflict is created. Okay. Here we have the Page of Pentacles. The challenge is going to be, first of all, getting out of that air energy, getting out of our heads and stepping into some grounded Taurus energy, some earth energy. Okay. So we can learn how to move through life with grounded energy, with a plan, with structure that helps us see things through till the end for the long run, that benefit us, that bring more resources, more of that Taurus energy into our lives, help our material situation, okay? Help our lineage, our children benefit, our grandchildren benefit. It changes the course of future generations. We have to become the student of that, okay? Start from scratch. Unlearn things that you've learned that are not helping you, and look at finding new ways to do things that are beneficial to you, like it's the most wondrous opportunity you've ever had in your life, being new about it. And with that page, okay, there's a learning process involved in it. It's doing it as it's a brand new experience, okay? And looking at it with optimism. Okay, so now here we have the 9 of Swords and the Hanged Man. It's that head. I mean, we have the Ace of Swords here trying to help us, and we're not releasing it. Ace of Swords with the 8 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, this 9 of Swords, Mars in Gemini. Okay, what does this mean? When we are overwhelmed, when we can't sleep, we can't eat, we can't function, we can't live our lives, we can't get out of the anxiety, rumination, and overthinking, it's not time to sit there in that energy. Mars is saying, get up and do something about it. Get up and help yourself. Get up and focus on Hanged Man energy, healing, emotional healing, Neptune. We've got to get into reality. Where are we disillusioned? Where are we not seeing things clearly? Where are we sitting in denial and it's holding us back? Because right here, the best way to overcome this is to start grounding that mind, grounding the mind from that Pisces energy of Neptune into the earth energy of Virgo, and get yourself to start working on healing and calming that mind and changing the way you think every single day. Okay? Taking action towards that, being persistent with it and not giving up, so that all the things that you think you want to achieve, now become grounded into reality, and you can start working towards them every day in a practical way, in a realistic way. Okay? We've got to get out of the mind, the rumination. We're using our head for the wrong things here. It's being used to hinder and not help. Okay? We've got to ground that mind and bring it back into reality so we can start planning, change our perspective on things. Okay? Very important. It's the challenge, but the spirit's being very clear. We're moving towards our true self, our destiny, our purpose, but we got to clear this mind. This mind feels very chaotic. Okay, Spirit, what's the advice, especially in regards to these challenges? Okay. 3 cards at once. First card, High Priestess. Okay, Moon energy. We need to go within. It's time to stop. Don't ask other people's advice. Don't get, nothing. I mean, listen to things online that are helpful, but don't start taking everything in and trying to follow other people's advice. Okay? The advice from Spirit is that you learn how to trust your own advice. You learn how to trust your own intuition, your internal guidance, because that's where your answers are. Your answers are not outside of you. Your answers are within you. And you need to start learning that, because I'm sure with all of these swords energies here that you've had some thoughts, some clarity with that Ace of Swords of what you need to do, what action you need to take, but you haven't been listening. Okay, for whatever reason, it will be different for everybody. Spirit saying, no, go within. Your answers are within you. And when you find those answers within you, you need to trust them and move forward with them. Okay? It's not time to take advice from 6 different friends. It's time to become your best friend and trust yourself in your guidance and your intuition. Okay? And here we have, I'm just deciding which one I want to go with first. Advice from Spirit. 4 of Wands. Venus in Aries. This is a big reminder. When you do what is good for you, what is in alignment with you, everything else will come your way. Okay? Everything else will find you. Whatever's meant for you out there will find you. Okay? When you do what is best for you, what you come up with in this High Priestess energy as the path you should take, the choices you should make, the things you should move towards, when you move towards them, everything that's meant for you comes into your presence. It's a perfect alignment. Then Venus is touching your life. Venus, Taurus, and Libra. Okay? That's the synchronicity of this card. Things that are in alignment with you find you and come into your life. But they can't come into alignment with you if you are in denial and fighting tooth and nail in that mind. Okay? We have to allow things to fall into place. We have to allow ourselves to choose ourselves. Okay? So that we can have the things that are meant for us. But as long as we're in situations that keep us in that mind and create conflict, we're just going to receive more of that. Venus can't come into that situation, as we see clearly here with that 5 of Swords, Venus in Aquarius. Okay? Can't have beauty in our lives when we're allowing conflict to stay every day in our experience. Okay? This is allowing Venus in the right way, not the wrong way. Okay. Then the synchronicities appear. Then the alignments appear. And here we have the Tower, Mars, Spirit, advice from Spirit. If you don't take action, they will. Okay? Because it seems like it's time for a little bit of a house clearing, to let things fall to the ground, rebuild that basement, rebuild that foundation, rebuild things from the ground up, so that you can start moving into the path that you're meant to move into. One way or another, it's going to happen. It can happen under your control, your inner guidance, or spirit is saying, we're going to come in and clean up what we can. We don't want to keep bringing these moments into your life, but if you're not going to do the work and you're going to stay stuck in that mind, you're forcing our hand. So there's one way, one choice where you get up and take action, Mars, towards restructuring your life, or spirit saying, we're going to do what we can little by little to restructure it for you. Okay, you can take the easy way under your control or the hard way, and you deal with the repercussions of what's left behind when spirit comes in with divine intervention. Okay, it's up to you. One way or another with that tower there, it looks like the advice they're giving you is, if you don't do it, we are. Okay, so 3 cards, please, spirit. If we work on our challenges, if we follow your advice, what's the potential outcome? Okay. Okay, so potential outcome. We start here now with the 3 of Wands. Sun in Aries. Venus in Aries. Aries, first house, the self. Okay? When you do the work, when you choose yourself, you will start to see that things start coming to fruition for you. Okay? Things start coming into your life. 4 of Wands, 3 of Wands that are meant for you. Okay? But you have to choose you. You have to choose your path, your true self, your destiny. Okay? Extremely important to focus on Wands energy. What makes you feel passion? What makes you feel excitement? Okay? Start dreaming it into reality and it will happen for you. Okay? When you can use your mind to create and dream the future life that you want, then it can start coming. But if you're going to use your mind for conflict and confusion and overwhelm and anxiety, those beautiful things can't come in. You're giving them no vessel to come in. Okay? You have to create those things in your mind in order for them to come to reality. All right? Spirit saying, we're going to give it to you. We're going to help you. We're going to show you the results of the change you make, but you have to take the steps. You have to walk up to this cliff. Okay? All right. Next card. 8 of Cups. Saturn in Pisces. Potential outcome. You're going to learn how to put those structures in place in your relationships so that you don't have to walk away anymore because you're emotionally disappointed, emotionally unfulfilled, emotionally overwhelmed, up in your head. Venus can now come in because things are going to be built on a stronger foundation. Okay, Venus can start touching your life here with Taurus and Libra. Okay, you can start enjoying your emotional experience. Okay, you can't have fulfilling emotional relationships without any boundaries, without any structure. Okay, and when you learn to implement those right from the beginning of a relationship, it is very likely to be a successful relationship. But it looks like to me in the past year that has not been in the relationships. And Spirit saying, if you can go through this process, and especially that mind, okay, instead of using that mind to overthink, use that mind to plan the things that you want in your relationships, put them in place, and then you don't have to walk away anymore. The tower doesn't have to come in. Okay? Very important. And then, who I love to see, all right, who I wasn't expecting to see, but it kind of makes sense. The Emperor. that Aries energy, stepping into it and owning it. Okay. So taking control of your life. And listen, the Empress is already here. All right. She didn't come out in a tarot card. All right. The complement to the Emperor. She came out in the zodiacs. And I'm telling you right now, I know I do this different than everybody, but there's a lot to be said for letting the zodiacs speak for themselves. Okay. It means a lot in the reading. And the Empress is here with the Emperor. All right. Full feminine energy, masculine energy, glow up. All right. Taking charge of your life. This emperor does not apologize for choosing what's best for him, and everyone benefits when he does. Okay. He has a lot of people to take care of and a lot of responsibilities. And if he did those things without any structure, the whole empire would crumble. Okay. You're going to be able to do this with your masculine energy intact and your feminine energy intact and take control on both ends, masculine and feminine, and really step into who you're meant to be. All right. And I wouldn't be surprised if several people here watching this have Aries energy in their North Node. Okay. It just seems with the way these things are coming out, it doesn't have to be, but I'm just picking that up. Okay. That this might be somebody that has an Aries North Node that needs to learn to choose themselves, get out of the Libra energy where you're focusing on pleasing everybody in your we energy instead of doing what you need to do for yourself. And also with this Emperor energy, that material security that Taurus really loves, that comes in because this guy knows how to do everything. He's mastered the sword, the wand, the cup, the pentacle. He's mastered all of it. Okay. So you become so well rounded and in charge. Okay. Of all the different dynamics of your life. Beautiful. Okay. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you did resonate with this, please subscribe, like, share any of those things, leave a comment. I'm new here and I would really love the support. Okay, I will be back soon. I'll be putting out another Archangel guided reading, and I'm also going to put out some chakra readings. And I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.